Welcome to the Angus Report, the week's top Angus stories broadcast on the web by the American Angus Association. I'm Bob Cervera. Our top story for the week: an extensive winter storm roared across a third of the country this week, blanketing much of the nation's heartland under snow and ice. Blizzard conditions covered large sections of the upper Midwest and Ohio Valley February 1st and 2nd, creating record snowfalls and what many forecasters reported as the worst winter storm in decades. Blizzard warnings were spread across 8 states, from eastern Kansas to western Ohio, and between 15 to 25 inches of snow were reported in areas. Wind chills reached between 20 and 30 degrees below zero in much of the Midwest, and Missouri, Illinois, Oklahoma, and Kansas declared states of emergency. Ice accumulation, power outages, and drifting snow conditions remain concerns for residents in the storm's aftermath. But for ranchers, the welfare of livestock is the #1 priority.
This week's blizzard really impacted a lot of livestock operations and beef cattle operations across the better part of the country. And, when you deal with those kind of storms, the secret there is be prepared as best you can. You're not going to be able to have everything in place that you probably want, but certainly, walking through your facilities, making sure that you've got some bedding available, especially if you've got cows that are close up to calving, being able to have those close up to some facilities so that you can get them in and sheltered if you need to. For these newborn calves, the cold, the wind, and the wet weather really impact them negatively when it comes to hypothermia. Blizzards like that don't happen all that often, but when they do, they can really become problematic, especially if they happen during calving season.
The 2010 AngusSource Carcass Challenge has come to a close. The winning pen in this year's contest went to John Osborne and Pete Mitz of Savannah, Missouri, who also won the contest in 2009. In the quarterly results, 2 pens fed at Osborne Farms went 100% certified Angus beef and CAB prime. With other finalists and regional winners, Osborne and Mitz fed the top 5 pens overall.
It was another great year for the AngusSource Carcass Challenge. The quality of the entries was outstanding, and Osborne Farms did a great job sweeping the top 5 places in the contest. But we also had some other great feeders. Ersick and Dahl had 2 quarterly regional winners with cattle that were owned by Mike Caston and the University of Missouri. And then Beller Feedlot, who won our 2008 contest, was back again with 2 other regional winners. The 2011 contest is already underway. We award regional prizes quarterly, so we would encourage anybody that has cattle on feed in a licensed feed yard that are enrolled in the AngusSource program, whether they've retained ownership or sold those cattle outright. There's no cost to enter them in the contest, and it's a great way to gain some recognition not only for the feeders but also for your breeding program.
Visit Angus.org to learn more about the AngusSource Carcass Challenge. And finally, recent increases in corn prices have escalated costs and narrowed options for cattlemen when it comes to feeding their herds. The American Angus Association's Feed Efficiency Selection Tool that was introduced last fall allows Angus farmers and ranchers to identify the most efficient animals in their herds and to help take the sting out of their feed bill.
It's a prediction in performance or adjusted daily gain on a per day basis, comparing animals that would be eating the same amount of feed. And so if I have a bull with a 0.25 RADG EPD versus another sire that's a 0 EPD, it's basically saying that the progeny out of that first bull is going to gain a quarter of a pound a day more than the calves by the other bull on the same amount of feed. And so it's allowing us to identify Angus genetics that are still going to perform and grow at a very high rate in a feedlot environment, but do it on less amounts of feed.
Contact the association or visit us online to learn how to use the Genomic Enhanced Feed Efficiency Tool. That's all for this Angus Report. Join us next week when we provide the American Angus Association's latest news and information. Until then, visit our website, Facebook, or Twitter pages for articles, videos, and more information. Thanks for joining us.
I hate to think about going back to the days that prior to what we did use. We had a lot of herd health problems that I think we've taken care of using VitaFirm. We are using VitaFirm on a year-round basis, and we do use it at all stages of our operation, from calving to bull development. It's actually made it more efficient. I think we can run more cow-calf pairs per acre using VitaFirm. Whenever you can promote health, it just makes everything more efficient, and your dollar goes further.